Hi, we're still here at MetroEast Community Media, and I'm glad you stuck with Community Hotline. Our last guest tonight is Stephen Green, and he is representing the Oregon Public House. Thanks for being here, Stephen.
Thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
I had one of the other founders, Ryan Sari, on this show a couple of years ago when he was first talking about the Oregon Public House, and I thought, what a terrific idea. And some of us here have been following it since then, waiting for it to open, and it finally is. And it's a pretty big success, isn't it?
It is. I mean, I think our goal as the board is we really wanted to create a place around community.
Yeah. Well, tell people what makes the Oregon Public House unique, because I haven't even hinted at what that is.
Yes. So cool. the Oregon Public House is a nonprofit brew pub that assists 8 local area nonprofits by providing the proceeds after everything's paid for with the restaurant. All the restaurants get all the nonprofits get those proceeds. So year to date, we've been open a little over 4 months, and so far we've been able to give more than $8,500 to 8 local area nonprofits. That's
great, and I bet they like that a lot.
They do.
Now I've been in there several times, and I know you go in and there's like a chalkboard there that says, okay, these are our food specials, or this is what you can order for food. And here's our brews. If you want to order a beer, here's what you can order. And then there's the other chalkboard that has the nonprofits. The 8 nonprofits, they stay the same, they change. How does that work?
Great question. So the theme at the pub is eat, drink, and give. So when someone comes in, they pick their food, they pick their drink, and then from the proceeds of their ticket, they get to pick one of the 8 local nonprofits. So for the 8 nonprofits that we have right now, we are committed to them through May of 2014.
Wow, okay. So how long is it usually? Is it like a year usually? Or
yes, so this time around we are going to do a year.
And I imagine as things progress, you may adjust that or up or down depending on
we want to keep the number limited just so we can really have an impact. We want to be able to give them a substantial amount of money and really be able to grow those partnerships and relationships with those local nonprofits. So currently we're working on doing a commercial with them and really highlighting the things that they do, because at the end of the day, we're really there to serve them, not the other way around.
Well, Emily was the director of the show and the co-producer. She and I went there the other night. We've gone there several times because we live in the neighborhood. So we went there and it was packed. It was just amazing. But she took a little footage there, and I think maybe we could show some of that now so people get a feel for what it looks like there.
Great.
So maybe we can take a look at that while we're chatting. Oh, see, there we are at the. That's out in front there, walking through, and it was like standing room only that night. See, everybody's sitting there having a good time. That's a fun place.
It is. I think the great thing about it is really the people that you get to talk to and the people from the community that show up from a couple blocks away. We have people all come up from Eugene and say, hey, just came up to have dinner tonight.
How great is that?
We also had a couple come and visit us from Denver earlier this summer. So they made a trip out here, and they made sure they were going to stop by the Oregon Public House.
A lot of people used to come and they say, I want to go to Voodoo Donuts. And they also have the Oregon Public House on their list.
That's what we hope happens.
Well, it's kind of one of those great win-win things, because you want to go out and have a beer or something to drink, but you feel like, hey, I can pat myself on the back for that because I did something good.
Yeah, the idea was really born out of what was going on in the recession. So during recessions, nonprofits really struggle with their funding streams to make sure that they're serving the needs that are out there. Also in recessions, the need for their services goes up. So less money, more demand, it's really, really hard. One of the other things that does also happen in recessions is people drink more alcohol. So it was kind of a perfect marriage of really the embodiment of what happens here in Portland, where people are very altruistic and they want to be part of helping the community and helping great causes. And what a great, simple way to do it. It is. You're going to go out to eat anyway.
Right.
Go out
and
be a philanthropist.
You make it easier for us.
Exactly.
And one thing I've also noticed that through the recession is that in order for nonprofits to survive, they need to partner with other nonprofits.
Yes.
Yeah. And this is a perfect example of that. It's a really great idea. And you were one of the founders of this.
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. So it's been a 3-year process, and really getting from the idea to when we opened late this spring. We've had so many people donate their time, donate their money.
And a lot of the people that are actually serving there and working there are volunteers, correct?
Yeah. We have a list of over 100 volunteers that come in and take their time away from their families, away from their jobs, away from the great weather we have here in the summer, to come and meet and talk to people that come to the pub. And they talk to them about, really our mission and vision and what we do. And they also talk about the great work that our 8 nonprofits do.
That's great. Some of the nonprofits you have going right now, so you have Friends of the Children.
Friends of the Children, Friends of Trees,
Friends of Trees.
Neo Fund, Compassion First.
Black United Fund.
Black United Fund, Rosemary Anderson Alternative High School, also known as POIC, Portland Opportunities Industrialization Center. So we're really excited. They're really great partners.
A real diverse group.
Yes, and that's what we were looking for. And I think as we move forward, we're gonna continue to make sure that our organizations that we support are really a diverse array, representing causes like economic development, entrepreneurship, the environment, children, education.
Right, that's great, because then the whole family can go out and, everybody has something, because, I can choose where I want my money to go to.
Yep.
Somebody else can choose where they want it to go to. Makes it very personal, and you're given to a cause you support.
Yeah.
When I was there the other night, Fences for Fido were there, and there was dogs everywhere, and I've interviewed them before, and they're a great organization. So it's really fun to actually talk to the people there too, and say, why are you here? Who are you here with? And
Yep. Oftentimes when you go by the pub, you'll see employees from Friends of Trees or employees from Friends of the Children, and they're there, having dinner, but they're also working the room, and they're talking to people. Have you heard of Friends of the Children? Have you heard of Friends of Trees? Have you heard of Black United Fund? And it's this great dynamic where community engagement happens, and it's amazing. People from a couple blocks away, or people all the way from Denver can kind of find out about the great things that are going on there, and those connections get made.
So what's your biggest challenge right now as far as managing this whole thing?
Boy, the biggest challenge, as with any business, is really people, leadership, growth. And really managing those
making sure the
different
growth
dynamics.
isn't too much, that you lose control of everything.
Exactly. You got to constantly really watch the numbers. I think people have this assumption when they're thinking about nonprofits that nonprofits are different than normal businesses. No, they actually are just like any normal business. Instead of having a profit, they have a surplus, and they file their taxes a little differently. But everything else is pretty much the same.
Yeah, except they're doing something for the community. A lot of businesses are too, but it's a little bit different. So I think it's a great idea. So how many people were involved in founding this? It was you and Ryan and a lot of people involved in this?
There was a number of people that gave in numerous ways. At the core of it, you probably got a group of 5 to 15 people. But over the last few years, we literally had hundreds of people donate their time and money. And it's been amazing. I mean, people literally walked in off the street. I got my tools with me.
Wow, really?
What can I do? Put me to work.
How great is that?
There's some really great stools that are right across the bar where people sit down. And a gentleman that was an artist came in and said, I'd like to do something for you guys. What can I do? And we said we needed some stools, and he made these gorgeous stools that would have costed probably hundreds of dollars a piece. And he just said, hey, this is what I want to do.
That's wonderful.
Donate his time.
Now you have other businesses kind of affiliated with the Oregon Public House.
Yep. So the Oregon Public House itself, the pub, is located in the Village Ballroom, which is a historic ballroom, former Elks Lodge in the Woodlawn neighborhood.
Oh, it's a former Elks Lodge.
Yeah, and so it's one of the few ballrooms in the city, and so we manage actually the ballroom upstairs, which holds about 300 people, and then next door to the pub there's the Swap and Play, which is really a family focus area where people can take their kids out of the rain and play, but also swap kids' clothing and things as the kids get older. They get new additions.
Swap the kids, huh?
Not yet. I think people try that, but we find them before they're able to get away with that.
So the ballroom, if people rent the ballroom out, rent the ballroom out for a wedding or a party or whatever, does any of that money go toward the organizations?
Yeah, so really all of the funds that come along with the endeavors that are going on in the building really end up in the pockets of those 8 nonprofits.
So the Swap and Play as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's a big little trifecta there of
It is.
stuff,
It's
yeah.
great, and it's great to see the building be so active. So as there's a wedding going on upstairs or a corporate party, there's stairs in the back side of the building where they can come up and down stairs, get food, get a beer, and so there's this great kind of dynamic of interaction that goes on in the pub and also upstairs. And it just makes for these awesome engagements and people coming together in the neighborhood that otherwise might not be able to talk to each other and connect.
Yeah, I think it's a real great gathering place for people in the community, and obviously from Denver and Eugene and wherever else. Yeah. What's your favorite thing about it?
My favorite thing about it is the day that we opened. The woman that owns the building, she's owned it for about 15 years, and she came in the day that we opened, and she had tears coming down her face, and we were packed, and there was old people, young people, women, men, black, white, and she said this was my dream when I bought the building. It was this community hub that was
that building's been a few other
active,
things, I know.
It has, and neighborhoods always transition, and people come, people go, but she really envisioned it being this hub for the neighborhood. Where people can go and be themselves and kind of being an indoor living room for the community.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where
It's
people
not a
can come
pretentious
in.
place.
It's really not.
Yeah, it's very
really not.
down to earth and comfortable and
I think if there's some sort of middle between a dive bar and
it's not
and
a
a
dive.
really nice
No, you can
restaurant,
see that from
there's
the
some
little
middle
video
there. I don't know what it is.
It's a comfortable neighborhood pub, you know.
It is.
And that's a very nice thing to have in it.
Yeah, and we were very intentional about all the improvements that we did. That when people came in, they felt like, okay, I'm good. I can relax.
Yeah.
I can relax. I can unbutton my shirt and take my tie off.
There you go.
And feel at home.
This is a pub. Can kids go in there?
Yes, we've got a family-friendly kid area where the kids can go and play.
Great.
So it's essentially a restaurant that's got a bar in it.
And you said it's a brew pub. Do you make your own beer?
At this point in time, we don't, but one of our board members actually is a master brewer.
Oh, cool.
And in the very near future, that's what we hope to do.
Wow.
That'll be another way that we can not only brand the business, but also bring even more funds in for the nonprofits that we
Name
support.
the beers after the nonprofits
You've
or whatever.
already got it.
Yeah,
You've already got it. A Friends of Trees Ale
Hey,
or
there you go. Yeah.
Black United Fund Porter.
Yeah, I
You
like
can
that.
definitely see that happening.
But people in Portland area don't like
That would never
microbrews
work
now.
here. Yeah, no.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Any big plans? Do you have special events that go on there, or is it just kind of depend on the nonprofits to do that?
So we really manage all the events that go on there. You were able to attend this Monday. We're doing kind of a Monday nonprofit of the night theme right now. We're going
so that was Fences for Fido on Monday. So
Yep.
So if I had a nonprofit that I wanted to bring down there and maybe bring in some volunteers and people that support it, what would we do? What would
You can go to
that-
our website. There's contact information there. You can email me directly, Stephen, STEPHEN, @OregonPublicHouse.com. And myself or one of our other board members will get back to you about scheduling a time and availability and making even helping with catering decisions and stuff like that. Yeah.
So I could have maybe a whole group of people down there, and then money that's made that night, would some of that go to my nonprofit?
Yes.
Not even
We
though I
share
wasn't
that
on
with
that
the
list
nonprofit.
of 8,
Yes,
because
ma'am.
that was that special night. You could do that.
Yes, ma'am.
I like that.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
And then that way we've got more nonprofits that are kind of sharing the great
Yeah.
work that we're doing. I
Yeah.
think that's one of the
That's
big things that I've learned is these 8 nonprofits that we have right now just do such amazing work. And there's got to be 80 more others that
at
are doing
least.
just
Trust me,
as
at
good
least.
work
Yeah.
that could also really benefit from the things that we're doing.
Right. Well, thank you so much for being
Thank
here
you.
today and for sharing and for doing this, because I think it's a fabulous, fabulous idea. I'm
for
so
having me.
supportive of this. I love it.
Thank
so,
you.
do come back again. Give
Definitely.
us,
Give you an
maybe
update.
Give
I'll
us
bring
an
you some of
update in a
that
year.
Black United Fund Porter.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, we'll talk later.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for watching Community Hotline tonight. I think we had some interesting guests, and I hope you enjoyed it too. And don't forget, MetroEast is having our open house on September 21st from noon to 6 p.m. here in Gresham. We have all sorts of fun things going on, and we'd love you to come check it out. So do come visit us then. And if you want to find out about the Oregon Public House or any of the other nonprofits we've talked to tonight, go to their websites. We'll have the information on your screen. I'm Monica Weitzel. We'll see you next week.